Do you like being alone? You probably do sometimes, but do you like being alone all the time? Most likely not. That's what roommates are for. Why be boring? Allow some friends to spice up your college experience. You should live with roommates because it's a bunch of fun. I'm 19, and I live with 21-year-olds. I have a blast. I'm pretty sure you can guess why. In this speech, I will talk about the pros, the cons, and why you should live with others. First, I'm going to start with the pros. The good things about having roommates are that you will always have someone to talk to. People that care for you. A support system for you to lean on if you need to. Also, if you're underage, you should probably live with older people. They can get you things you probably can't get on your own. From a scientific perspective, it is better to live with others than to live alone. Humans are social creatures that crave attention and validation. Another good thing about living with roommates is that you get automatic friends. The good thing about being a roommate is the learning experience of how to handle complex situations that may arise. It will teach you how to treat people, especially if your house is racially diverse or co-ed. It will give you valuable knowledge about the struggles of other minority groups. Being roommates put people's perspectives into account. It really helps with building your character and listen to other people's past and problems. Now about the cons. The bad thing about having a roommate are the little differences that might get exacerbated from living in close quarters. I have seen this within my own house. I live with 2 girls and 3 guys. The girls have had a falling out recently. We're all good now, but it can easily get tense living in close quarters with others. Most of the time, you have to agree with your roommates on things maybe you do not want to agree on, but do so to keep the peace. The bad thing about being a roommate is that you will have to share a lot of your things. I do not mind this as much, but if having things to yourself is a must, then maybe living with people is not really for you. The main thing that I personally do not like about being a roommate is that sometimes it can be draining. You might find yourself without much alone time on certain days, but for the most part, my roommates are pretty good at this. But sometimes they do be slacking. But it is important to have roommates that understand, so that way you can be real with them and tell them what's really going on. And if you need to, just tell them to leave you alone. And now, for why you should live with roommates. With all the pros and cons of living with each other explained, let me tell you why it's worth it. You will have many more good times with your friends and roommates than you will bad times. I can almost guarantee you this. In my survey, almost all of you, my fellow classmates, put above a 5 out of 10 on the survey for liking your roommates. This is my 3rd semester at Western Carolina University, and at the start, I moved into the house that I'm in now, and I can already tell I'm going to have my roommates as friends for the rest of my life. I honestly couldn't be happier. Almost every day I start to see my roommates become closer and closer to being a family to me. We all care about each other, and we all express it. If one of us has a problem with someone outside the house, we're all going to settle it. I could not be more thankful for my chosen family. Now that I have shown you the pros and cons and told you why it's worth it, so when it's time and the semester ends and it's time to renew your lease, remember what I said. Live with people.